You have a circle with 4-foot radius mounted 8 feet off the ground. Hey guys, if I'm talking, please quiet down and listen. Okay, so if you're looking at the sketch of this, what that means is you're 8 feet off the ground here. So that's your midline. Okay, and the radius is 4 feet. So here's the sketch of the circle that you're looking at. Okay, so this is 4 feet here. And this is the point 0, 8. Okay, and what it asks you here is you want to find the sketch that represents the height off the ground as this is rotated. Okay. So let's see. The point closest to the ground is labeled P. Okay, so here's where we're starting now in this example here. Okay, so what is the height off the ground at time 0? Before we start rotating this circle, what is the height of this point P? Okay. It's 4 units off the ground, right? Because the circle's center is 8 off, the radius is 4. So we see that this distance from here to here is 4. So this is our very first point right here. Okay, now, as you rotate, one full rotation is going to happen in how many radians? A full rotation is going to occur in 2 pi. So if I go from here to here, okay, I can cut that in half and then cut each of those halves in half. So what I can see here is, as I'm rotating through, I'm either going to have a sine or a cosine graph. Okay, so let's take a look at what happens as I rotate. Okay, when I get pi over 2, which is right here, what is this new height? At pi over 2, the total height is? Right here on the midline, 8. Okay, what happens when I rotate another pi over 2? So at a total rotation of pi, my new height is 16. Or in this case, it's another 4 beyond that, right? So 8 plus another 4 gives us 12. Okay, and then as I rotate back at 3 pi over 2, here I'm back to 8. And then when I return one full rotation of 2 pi, I'm back down to 4. Okay, so here's my sketch. And so this is what my sketch looks like. And if I wanted to identify an equation to relate that, f of x is equal to, so based on no shifting here, which graph am I looking at? Is it sine or cosine? So what I used was cosine, again with no shifting here. I used a cosine. And what's the, if this is my midline right here, at y equals 8, then what is my amplitude? It's 4 in each direction, right? And is my original cosine graph going to be reflected? It starts at a minimum. In general, my cosine graph starts at a maximum, so I do have to put a negative in front of that. Okay, is there any period change? The period is still 2 pi, so what's the coefficient in front of my x? Just 1. Is there any horizontal shifting, phase shift? None. And is there any vertical shift? The vertical shift was my midline, so it goes up 8. And so this would be the function that I'm looking at.